a haul from the incredible rare. Hey, he's got me. This intro is long. From this incredible rare plant market I went to a few weeks ago, including updates and some of my wishlist plants. Sneak peek! Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, my name is Roos. My pronouns are she, her. I'm a plant lover from the Netherlands, and yesterday I went to a plant market from Kijekkie and Groen in Huis, and it was so good. I got so many plants that I have to make a whole video. And I'm actually so excited about all of them that I don't even know where to start. Normally you start with like the least cool ones. I don't really know where to start. But Maggie is here to say hello. Fluffy Maggie. Hi. So we're just gonna start. There's no order of coolness in this. They're all cool. The first one is this Begonia pavonina, which looks a little bit sad, but it will be amazing. It has new growth already. This might look a little bit plain, but this is actually that blue begonia that when you shine a light on it, it gets an amazing blue or teal color. I know some people call this a hoax begonia, but that doesn't make any sense to me because as soon as you put a light on it, you will see the blue. And the person who gave this to me, she said if you put it in a dark spot, the blue gets much more intense within a few days already. So it's really just a factor of knowing what you're looking at and using a flashlight. There are some new leaves on this. She told me it actually has 2 new growth points, which I can see. And apparently it grows quite big. So this is meant for in the terrarium, but I hope it will be okay in there because I don't have that much space at the bottom and it might take over the whole thing. So I might have some propagations for my friends soon. Begonia pavonina is the first. Thank you so much, Brandy. You will see Brandy and her plants on the terrarium collaboration video. Hey friends, just breaking in here. It's 2.5 weeks since I filmed this video. Now editing it, I noticed some really big changes in my plants. So I wanted to include updates, especially for this one begonia, because look, it actually looks amazing. Even without a flashlight, you can already see the blue on it. I did get a flashlight. I don't know if that's gonna help. It's a certain angle and it's quite full here. It's behind this thing in the terrarium. So these are the baby leaves that you saw before. The light is too bright, I feel like. Too direct. Ha ha ha! Look at that! I'm filming with a flash on my phone. Holy crap! That leaf is blue as balls! Woohoo! That's very cool. And it's got some baby leaves down here. Careful not to put it in the fan. The old leaves are more teal color and messy. Sorry about the mess. I've been redecorating in here. But this one! And the other plants that I got from her are also really exciting, which are in this little box. She gave me a whole box full of terrarium plants. So we have some Soleanum in here that died for me previously, so I hope it's going to be okay. This part is kind of a terrarium sneak peek because I changed some things up and the video of that will be posted separately, but let's look at those plants in here now. Unfortunately, the Solanum uleanum really had a big setback after I planted it in here. It was rooted in moss and I kept it in that, but I'm still hoping that it will come back even though all the old leaves have become super weird and like dead looking. Maybe the new growth will survive. Fingers crossed. And then these beautiful, I think they're pelargonium or something. They have this beautiful pattern on them and they're supposed to be crawlers for the back of my wall. So I'm gonna plant them in the wall. I planted the Pelonia pulchra, or however you pronounce that, in the wall and it's looking good. There's some new leaves on it this time, so that's a good sign. She also put the Pelonia repens in there, which I didn't show you before, but those also are looking good right now. And she added a little orchid in there as well, which is some kind of Masdevalia, I think, if I remember correctly. I planted the little orchid here in some moss on this edge and I actually see a new leaf there. So that is a good sign. I hope it will become a little bit more bushy like these guys, but there's starting to be more and more little orchids that I guess I will show you in that other video. Not yet, Rose, not yet. So I'm super, super excited about this because these are stunning and my back wall is still quite bare. So I'm gonna try and make that more and more green instead of just stones and moss. One fun cutting that I got, which my friends found on the floor and then Stephanie decided it's okay for me to take it. Stephanie is the owner of Groen in Huis. This is a hoya imbricata with 2 leaves and a long stem. I'm gonna try and grow this in the terrarium as well. I'll have to root it. Probably I'm gonna try and root it in the moss first so that I can grow it on the back wall. I'm very excited to see how this looks because I have seen them growing like this and then it's not really my vibe when the leaves are folded over like tacos. But when they are crawling up a wall and shingling, it looks amazing. So maybe we can make that happen in the back of the terrarium. There's not really an update on this yet. It currently lives in my moss prop box to try and get it to root before I plant it in the big terrarium. I also got this very, very cute candle, which I've seen them before in different plant shop tours, but I didn't know that this is actually handmade by a few girls in Holland, and it is made from rapeseed oil, which means that it is sustainable and like cruelty-free, animal-friendly. And also it's a beautiful curvy girl, so you can never have enough curvy girls, right? And curvy people, all genders and sizes, welcome on my channel. My friend Rut from Ruperoop, which is a terrarium plant shop, begonia plant shop, was there as well. And I got these 2 begonias from her, 2 pink begonias, which were both on my wish list. So this first one is Begonia negrosensis, and it is super dark with very, very bright pink. It's almost a little bit velvety, so the pink stands out even more. And there's roots all over the place, so it looks very happy. I hope to be able to grow this in the big terrarium as well, with a little nice pop of pink at the bottom instead of just everything green and brown and stuff. I'm really, really impressed with the shimmeriness of these leaves. I didn't know they were so shimmery. I hope I can keep this happy. The little begonias I've kept in this terrarium separately because I wanted to make sure that they are happy first. Once I know they were doing well, I can make propagation, so I have backup plants and then I will plant them in the big terrarium. So here we have the Begonia negrosensis. As you can see, it's doing well. There is a new leaf on the way here. It is still very beautiful. I think it gets a little bit too much light here, so it's getting a little bit lighter in color. If you give it less light, I'm sure the leaves would be a little bit more black and dark. But overall, it's growing well, and I absolutely love it still. And then the other one I got from them is the Rosea punctata, which this specific specimen has very beautiful, especially this one leaf. It's like the colors are the total opposite, so they're like making each other more bright. Sorry, my voice is not working anymore. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's such a beautiful plant. I can't believe it. I'm super in love with it. And again, it's pink, so that's really nice for the bottom of the terrarium, making it a little bit more varied than just the begonias that I have now. I really like the leaf shape and the pink edges, and I think it's gonna look amazing in there. So I'm really, really happy with these. The little Rosea punctata has also been doing well in my aquarium propagation begonia box. It is also making a new leaf, as you can see there. The colors are also becoming a little bit less dark because of the situation, I think. And here is the second little plant. I don't know if I even showed you that before, but there are 2 plants in this pot and the colors are magnificent. I absolutely love it. And I hope to be able to plant one of them into the terrarium soon. A quick zoom out of all my other beautiful begonias that are growing really well in here. I'm thinking of maybe making a begonia video soon. A begonia collection, maybe? Let me know if you're interested in that. I was walking around the place with my little box of plants, and I just kept looking at these going like, oh, they're mine. It's amazing. So Ruperoop, amazing plants. The last 2 plants I got are both wishlist plants. I'm super, super happy that I was able to bring them home with me. And they are from the Groen in Huis / Kekieki collection. So Kekieki is a web shop. Groen in Huis has a web shop and an actual shop. And they decided to work together for this market, which of course I love. I love when companies come together and work together, which is also why I create the collaboration videos. I want us all to feel like we're colleagues, we're working together, rather than we're trying to steal each other's buyers or followers or whatever. I like people to come together. So I really, really appreciate that about them. And then they also invited Ruperoop and other small businesses like the candle business. I'll link all of the shops in the description below. But the 2 plants that I got from this Kekjeki Groen in Huis collection are 2 wishlist plants, and they are both Alocasias, which I am on an Alocasia kick right now. I don't know what's happening. Which one shall I show you first? This one, I think. So, this is my new Alocasia watsoniana. And I've wanted this one for a really long time, but my budget just didn't allow for me to have this. It is growing a new leaf over here, and I picked one. There were different ones, some were bigger leaves, but this one had a lot of babies, and I love it when it's a full plant, so that's why I picked this one. It's beautiful. I don't know if it will come across on screen, but the leaves are super dark and a little bit velvety. And then the veins have like a crystally aspect to them. The backs of the leaves are super dark and purple with a beautiful pattern in them as well from the little veins. It's just such a cool plant. I'm really, really happy with this. And these were 50 euros on their market price sale. I'm not sure if the web shop prices, because they will have more, if the web shop prices will be the same, but yes, amazing price, amazing plant. The watsoniana update. Excuse the mess back there. I have spit right now, super back pain, so I have a hot water bottle and stuff. Also, Maggie is sleeping back there, super adorable. But we're looking at the plant. It's doing really well. This was the leaf that was still unfurling when I got it, and it's looking incredibly beautiful. I can't believe it. This is like the plant. When people walk in, this is the plant that they see. We do have some yellowing leaves down here, some of the older baby leaves. Look at how beautiful this is, even if when it's dying down. And oh, I think this one is new too, a little baby that has opened up since. So I think it's just doing really well. It's a little bit tricky because it is in the soil of Kekjeki, covered in moss. I'm not quite sure if this is, like, how do I water this? With my own soil, I know what it looks like when it gets dry. With this, I don't yet, but I think it definitely would like some water. Maybe I should repot, but I'm not quite sure, because also I don't want to disturb it because it is just so stunning. I love this one so much. Ah, last one, but not really this video's last one, because I have another surprise for you. This is Alocasia jacklyn. Oh, I'm so excited I have this now. It came out like maybe half a year ago, and I was so excited to see it IRL for the first time. And I really wanted one, but they were 100 euros, which is for me a lot of money. I'm currently not making a lot of money because of my brain injury. I can't work very much. So I just had to wait. And that's a good tip for anyone that doesn't have a lot of money. If you wait a little bit, plants will become a lot less expensive. These ones were 45 euros now. And I do have to say the prices at this market were incredible. So that's not comparable to most web shops. But this jacklyn, so it is just one plant in the pot for this one. It has some huge leaves and the pattern is amazing and the shape is amazing. They're actually a lot hairier than I thought. And the stems look like the purple version of a zebrina stem, which I also love. And I do see a little point in there, so it looks like there's a new leaf coming already, which I'm also super excited about. And the best news is that my boyfriend actually liked this one as well. He's like, that's a very cool plant, which he doesn't say very often. So this is gonna get prime real estate, probably right underneath my Soltec light over in that corner. This video is not sponsored by Soltec, but if you do want to use my code, it does help me. It gives me a little bit of a percentage of money. So I'll link that below as well. You can use the code plantwithroos on your orders for a discount. I can't believe I have this yet. I haven't really looked at it yet because yesterday when I got home, I was super tired and I had to sleep and stuff. And now I can admire it properly. I wanted to wait and show you guys as I was looking at them for the first time as well. It's incredible. It's kind of like one of those prehistoric looking plants like the Hoya clemensiorum. It reminds me of that with the veins and the colors. It looks like a dinosaur basically. So I'm really happy with this one. Jacklyn has definitely been living her best life under the Soltec light here.
It looks like the new leaf is gonna come out. I am gonna move it to the window so you can see it a little bit better. Somehow the Soltec light is not ideal to film plants in. It's a little bit too yellow. The leaves still look really happy, even though I had this accidentally sitting in a lot of water for a few days. Actually, the whole pot under here was filled. Oops, don't do that. You'll rot your alocasias real quick. But look at this new leaf. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out a little bit damaged since it came out while I transferred it to my house. But in general, this plant is doing really well. Again, excuse the mess. I'm blaming my back pain. It's so cool and awesome, and I love it so much. Oh, and since I always get this question, these baggies are filled with good bugs that prevent against spider mites in this case, because alocasias are very prone to spider mites. Works amazing. I work with a company called Entocare. Check them out if you're interested and in Europe.
Hopefully you can see this. But when I got home after the market, there was actually another surprise waiting for me, and I couldn't believe it. It felt like Christmas because a box from plants.com arrived, which is for a future video, 2 later videos actually. Look at this beautiful paper. I'm also actually wearing their houseplant socks. Very cute. So in this box, I didn't know exactly what was in it, but it's pretty cool. So we have one little box of plants.com ships like this, and this packaging is recycled plastic or biodegradable plastic. I'm not quite sure, but they do focus on it being okay. So in here we have 2 jewel orchids. One is a tiny little Macotis petola, which has 2 growth points, so that's nice. This is for my terrarium jewel orchid revamp project. And this is a more dark one. I think this is one of the Anoctoculus. I really like the colors on it. So the leaves are super dark brown, and then the veins are orangey pink. These are both gonna go into that round terrarium that I have. And I'm gonna see if I can grow them better with this changed setup, but you'll see that in that terrarium video. These 2 still pretty much look exactly the same, so that's the update. I do have the making of video that should be online by now, which you can find here. It's at orchids.nl, where I filmed and made this beautiful terrarium. Unfortunately, many of the plants died, so I had to scramble to fill it up again. And I didn't want to ask orchids for more plants because they gave me so many beautiful plants already, and I kind of let them die. Anyway, there's more in this box. One thing they sent, which I thought was very cute and funny, is this mug, and it says, "My plants and I need a drink." Very cute. 3 more things to show you. More alocasias. Because I love alocasias, okay? We have in here a little tiny melo alocasia, which you maybe can guess what this is gonna be for. I'm gonna put it here. I really like this one. It's very like cardboardy. Unfortunately, the little melo is not doing great. Immediately after I got it, one leaf rotted off and then all the leaves fell off. I'm trying to rescue the stem, but it might just be fully rotted. We will have to wait and see. Baby alocasias are just very, very sensitive. I'm sorry, little baby. And then this one, I actually asked them this because my own Aslani completely died back. I had a beautiful big Aslani from Kekieki, actually. I still have the bulbs and the corms, and some of them are growing back, but it looks so sad and it's cute. It's adorable. It's very small still, and it's kind of risky to get alocasias this small, but I will talk about that in the alocasia video, not this one. Okay, focus, Rose. Even though I just kept this little baby in its little plug inside my little terrarium, it's opening a new leaf. It's doing well. An old leaf died off, but that is completely normal. Even though I should probably pot it up, I feel like it's pretty happy in here, just sitting in the high humidity like this. So it's okay. There's one more plant in here. It's also an alocasia. I can't believe it. I wanted this plant so long, so long. And now I have 2. Can you believe it? This is Alocasia watsoniana. I don't know how I got this lucky. There's several plants in the pot again, and this leaf is huge. It's a bit damaged, but that's okay, because there's another one on the way already. Look at this. I have 2. I have 2. I am so lucky. Beautiful. Really nice. It's a little bit crumpled from shipping, but I like how they ship. The plants generally arrive really well. I'm just staring at this plant. They're so beautiful. I can't believe it.
The big Watsoniana, which is a little bit tricky to see over here. It's a bit dark, so we're gonna move it to the window again. That's better. As you can see, the big leaf is doing fine. This was the leaf that was opening, coming out as I had it. Looks a little bit floppy right now, and sometimes that means it wants water, but I feel like that's not the case in this moment. Look here. I was just talking about the little good bugs. These are good mites that eat spider mites. Hold on. These might actually be the feeder mites. That sounds a bit gross, but the baggies have the predatory mites in them, and in case you don't have enough food in your plants, like enough spider mites, they also come with feeding mites. So that might be those, because they don't look very scary. I think the actual predatory mites are a little bit bigger. Down here we have another beautiful new leaf, little baby, and another that died off. As always, it's a living and dying situation. It's normal, still super beautiful. So yeah, this is also doing really well. I like this new leaf because it doesn't have the damage that the old leaf had. So it's gonna look beautiful in no time.
Can you believe how many plants I got in one day? I haven't gotten many plants in the last year or so, like maybe 1 or 2 at the same time, not this many at the same time. I'm super excited that so many are for my terrarium, for my big terrarium, some for my smaller terrarium, some for my Alocasia collection because it's growing steadily. Oh, can't believe it. I want to say a huge thank you to Kekjekkie and Groen in Huis, Stephanie, Thijs and Nina for organizing this market. It was so much fun. A lot of my friends were there, a lot of you guys were there, and I got to meet a lot of you. And then of course Rut from Ruperoop from the Begonias, and Brandy, my friend with all the terrarium knowledge and beautiful plants, and plants.com for sending over these plants for a future project. I feel like a kid in a candy store or Christmas, or I don't know all the different ways to say how lucky I feel with all of these plants. Tell me in the comments which one you like the most from this haul, because there's so many different types of plants. I'm really curious to hear what you think. And don't forget to check out the plant shops that I mentioned in the description below. I'll link all of them and their Instagrams as well. Give them a follow to stay up to date with new market dates and all that good stuff. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. I selected a few more videos for you to watch if you want to watch more planty content. And I want to say thank you to my Patreons, my YouTube members. I really enjoy chatting with you guys every month. And I love all of you for being here and watching this video. And I will see you again very soon. Thanks so much, friends. Bye. I cannot wave with my hands, so I'm waving with my sock. Bye.